songs that he gave me to sing a long time ago, and it's the Testimony of my life. Now and then, an old friend of mine, not seen for some time, they stop by and ask me, how have I been? What's on my mind? They wonder why I'm not drinking, still painting the old town red. Tell them I'm serving Jesus now, and the old man is dead. Now the man you see before you may look a lot the same. I may wear the same clothes, have the same old name, but you're looking on the outside. If you could see inside instead, you would see a brand new man, 'cause the old man is dead. I used to live such a wicked life, had no hope in sight, chasing after the darkness, had no hope in sight. Then one night at a cowboy church, after hearing what the preacher said, gave my life to Jesus, and the old man was dead. Now the man you see before you may look a lot the same. I may wear the same clothes, have the same old name, but you're looking on the outside. If you could see inside instead, you would see a brand new man, 'cause the old man is dead. You're looking on the outside. If you could see inside instead, you would see a brand new man, 'cause the old man is dead. I was standing back there with Robert and Paula Brandt a minute ago, and two of the premier artists in Christian country music. I can't wait to hear them get up here in a minute. And I looked down at my hands, I was tuning the guitar, and I said, you know how you can tell when there's a true evangelist in the house? And they said, how's that? I said, when he's still got grease under his fingernails from working on his bus. My wife would not be proud, but that is so true. So true. But I love every minute of it. I used to get mad when I'd have to work on the bus, and then God spoke to me. He said, at least you got a bus to work on, son. I said, so praise God. I'm thankful for the things I got, even if they're broke down. Amen. But, I kept thinking about what to sing tonight. Amber called me just last week and said, would you mind doing this? And I'd love to. I'm honored to. And I thought, even further back past the Delways of the world and the Day families of the world. Even past that, you look back, and I think, what was Christian country music? Because you can see this old guy sitting beside a campfire out there. And he wasn't singing rock music. He wasn't singing contemporary Christian. He was singing old gospel songs. And I'm thinking, man, that is where it all began. That's where Christian country started. Is the cowboy sitting out there next to a campfire. So if y'all would honor me and sing just like they did back in them days. I wandered so aimless, life filled with sin. I couldn't let my dear Savior in. Then Jesus came like a stranger in the night. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. Oh, victory in Jesus, my Savior forever. He sought me and bought me with his redeeming blood. He loved me ere I knew him, and all my love was due him. He plunged me to victory beneath the cleansing flood. I'll fly away. I can't hear you. I'll fly away. Hey, y'all don't understand how this works. I can just tell. Of course, I'm changing songs, and y'all are having a hard time following along. Let's try this here. I come to the garden while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear falling on my Son of God discloses. Wait for it. And he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own, and the joy as we tarry there, none other has ever known. On a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. And I love that old cross, where the dearest and best for a world of lost sinners was slain. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling, well, I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. Let's just close with this right here. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. God bless you guys. Thank you so much. God bless Christian country music.
Brandt, give it up. Man, I think after that we can have all you guys come up here and sing. You guys are amazing. Hey, let's give the Lord a praise offering tonight, shall we? Thank you, Lord. Well, I'm Marty Smith. I'm honored to be here. Live in Durango, Colorado, literally 1 hour from the Four Corners. And when we say Rocky Mountain High, we don't. It's different after the marijuana laws have changed. Now we just say Rocky Mountain High. And that's what we do. I don't, okay? I'm just saying, I don't. But anyway, Glad you're here, and thank you for having me tonight. I love these two guys. I love their music. You're going to love their sound, and just enjoy this time. Please give a big round of applause for Brandt.
Marty's shorter than I am. Well, you know what? I have missed you people. It's been a while since we've been here. You've got a great beard now. Let me state the obvious.
Yes, sir.
Above the noise, above the crowd, I can hear you speak. Above the noise, above the crowd, I can hear you speak. Speak to me words of life. Speak to me words of truth. Speak to me words of healing. To my heart, to my soul. I think we'd all use a word like that, amen. Above the noise, above the crowd, I can hear you speak. Above the noise, above the crowd, I can hear you speak. Speak to me words of life. Speak to me words of truth. Speak to me words of healing. To my heart, to my soul. Speak to me words of life. Speak to me words of truth. Speak to me words of healing. To my heart, to my soul. Speak to me words of life. Speak to me words of truth. Speak to me words of healing. To my heart, to my soul. Above the noise, above the crowd, I can hear you speak.
Thank y'all so much. After almost 20 years of traveling around and going from town to town and church to church and venue to venue, I'm still amazed that God has us where He has us today. And I'm more amazed that the Christian country music has really changed. And last year, we're starting to see changes of new artists coming up. We were in Louisiana last week, and I couldn't believe some of the new talent that I'm starting to see is coming up. And I'm so happy and thankful that we're starting to see some of that change now. Yeah. When they started asking us about coming and be part of the Legends, I'm thinking to myself going, great. We just reached that age, didn't we? We've been blessed to be able to do this for this long. We thank God every day that we have an opportunity. We thank God that we have lives, we have good jobs, allow us to do that. We had this song was one that we had, was not only a number one, it became Song of the Year through the ICMAs back in 2008. And we always want to write a song to say thank you to the men and women that serve this country. And we got a chance to go to Brooke Army Medical Center, began to write and couldn't write a thing. 5:30 that morning, Paul woke up and wrote the words of this song. Taught it to me between Houston and San Antonio. We always want to make sure and say this for the vets, not just the vets, but for the families of veterans. How many veterans do we have here? Wow. You remember what it was like when you left home, left your parents? It was pretty tough. But when you have a child who is serving, my son decided to follow Dad's footsteps, and he joined the United States Marine Corps. And when he left home, it changed our whole world drastically. So this song is not only for the veterans, but the families of those who have served. Two of the greatest words you'll ever hear are thank you and welcome home.
Yeah. No moment in the spotlight, no ticker tape parade, no thank you son for what you've done, the sacrifice you've made. Nobody really understands what goes on over there. We stand up and applaud. Someone makes a double play, or when somebody stands and sings, God bless the USA. But when Johnny comes marching home, no one seems to care. Heroes, all of them are heroes. From those who hold the line to the ones they've left behind to carry on. Heroes, let's stand up for these heroes and say a prayer for everyone that's over there until they come back home. We talk about our freedom and we talk about the price, but most of us can't understand that kind of sacrifice for someone that laid their lives down, for someone they don't know. Some have come back broken, while others lost their lives. Some of them have lots of scars you can't see with your eyes, and there's no way to measure how deep those wounds may go. Heroes, all of them are heroes. From those who hold the line to the ones they've left behind to carry on. Heroes, let's stand up for these heroes God bless our troops, amen. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, guys.
And Brandon, once again, give it up. Okay, so before we go any further, let's do this, please. Veterans, active military, please stand. Veterans, thank you for your service. Thank you. There's the true American heroes right there. Thank you so much. You guys want some more Christian country music? Yeah? Well, let's hear it again. You guys want some more Christian country music? Come on up here, young man. I love this guy. I'm jealous of his pipes. I am so jealous. This guy's got a set of pipes that is like anybody would want. But you're going to love the sound of what you hear. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Jeff Bates.
How y'all doing? I want to tell you it's an incredible honor to be here today, this week. Incredible honor to become friends with a lot of y'all I didn't know you before. Pleasure to meet you all over again, all except for Chuck. We have fun, don't we? I was born in Mobile, Alabama in 1963. When I was 3 months old, my mother gave me away. I don't know what the circumstances were. I don't know what happened. I just know that I wound up not being with my biological parents. At the same time, one stayed over in the great state of Mississippi. Ain't a soul in here from Mississippi. There you go. Be proud of where you're from. It's a gift from God. Amen. One state over in Mississippi, there lived a young sharecropper and his wife. And all their life, all they wanted to be was a mom and daddy to as many kids as God would give them. They were trying to have a baby, praying, and nothing was happening. In the middle of December 1963, they were awakened at 4 a.m. by the sound of a baby crying outside their window. They ran and threw open the front door, and there on their front porch, in a basket, wrapped in a blanket, was a 3-month-old baby. They brought me inside, and as they checked me out, they realized that the blanket I was wrapped in was covered in burns. My body had those same burn marks. I had one baby diaper. I was wearing it. It was nasty. One baby bottle half full of spoiled milk and double pneumonia. So this young sharecropper went out and he found somebody to let him in a little country store, and he bought milk and diapers and medicine. They started nursing me back to health. In the meantime, they launched this massive search for my biological parents. Now they didn't have a lot of money. And Al Gore had not invented the internet yet. So what they had was newspapers. So they ran newspaper ads in the states of Alabama and Mississippi and Louisiana for a whole year, searching for my biological parents, and nobody ever showed up to claim me. And at the end of that year, the circuit court judge in Columbia, Mississippi signed the papers allowing them to adopt me. I became a child. I became a Bates. I love telling people that God's got an incredible sense of humor. In their case, about 3 years after they adopted me, they commenced to having kids. And they had 8 of them. And they're all blonde-haired and blue-eyed. And I never noticed that I was not blonde-haired and blue-eyed. That's my brothers and sisters, my peeps. We love one another, hated one another, fall like cats and dogs. You mess with one of us, you had to mess with us all. And I was the happiest dirt poor kid living on a gravel road with grass growing in the middle of it in Bunker Hill, Mississippi, until I was 7 years old. And when I was 7 years old, I got into an argument with this kid on the school bus, and he won. He said, you know, you're not really a Bates. You don't even belong to those people. Fact of the matter is, you don't belong here. And it upset me so bad that I ran crying off the school bus that evening into my mama's arms. And she asked me what was wrong, and I told her what the little kid had said. And she did what always works. She just told me the truth. She told me they didn't know who I was, or where exactly I'd come from. But she told me she felt like I was an answer to their prayers. She told me about how they'd got me, how they'd found me. Told me about the adoption. And she said the sweetest thing. She said, I just want you to know, baby, that out of all these kids we have here, you're special because we got to pick you. And all these other knotheads, we just kind of got what God gave us. That's where this song came from. I was born in Alabama, but I never knew my mama. She gave me away at 3 months old. Some folks in Mississippi took me in and kept me and treated me just like I was their own. A holiness preacher man's daughter and a hard-working sharecropper father. My real mama was Apache, my real daddy, y'all don't ask me. Mama says she don't remember him. I'm sure somewhere in my history I've got some slave blood in me. And some folks think that I look Mexican. I never really fit in any place, 'cause there's always a part of me to hate. I'm the rainbow man. That's who I am. I'm a little white and black and red and tan. I've got all these different colors in my skin. I'm the rainbow man. Well, I know you may doubt it if you stop and think about it. There's one common thing that we've all got. People from all countries come here because they're hungry for what's cooking in America's melting pot. We're all different but the same. Red's the only color in our veins. I'm the rainbow man. Living in a rainbow land. We're white and black and yellow and brown and red and tan. I'm so proud of all the colors in my skin. I'm the rainbow man. All these colors make us Americans and God's children. I'm the rainbow man. Thank you. I ain't gonna stand up here and brag about my bus like Tommy did. I will say, if I had room, I'd load all of you up on it and take you with me. Because it sure is nice to sing to folks that clap for you and carry on and enjoy music. Boy, y'all enjoy Christian country music. I want to sing this song for a couple of my buddies. I don't know where Diane Parton is. And you are back there, and I don't know where Diana Knuckles is. I saw where they swapped messages on Facebook about missing their mamas. And I wrote this one about mine. I'd like to share it with you. If heaven had a phone, I'd call it every day, just to hear my mama's voice and let her know that I'm okay. And I'd tell her that I love her like I didn't get to do, 'cause I got there too late and she left here too soon. And I'd talk on and on if heaven had a phone. And I'd tell her about her grandbaby that she never got to see, how she looks just like her and how she acts just like me. And she'd laugh and say, I told you, boy, one day you'd get what you deserve. And she'd be right, 'cause there were times when I was rough on her. And I'd say, I'm sorry, Mama, I was wrong, if heaven had a phone. I'd say, can I talk to Daddy? She'd tell me you just missed him. He's sitting out there on that river. You know how he loves fishing. Then the last thing that I'd do before I said goodbye is I'd ask to speak to Jesus, just so that I could thank him for my day and all that's good and right, for making her my mama and for giving me my life. And I'd talk on and on if heaven had a phone. Yeah, I talk way too long. If heaven had a phone.
Once again, give it up. Beautiful. Give him a round of applause one more time. Y'all have a good time tonight? So let me tell you this. It was 1990, and I walked into this radio station, and I said, "Are you hiring?" And he said, "Do you have experience?" I said, "No." He said, "We're not." And he slammed the door in my face. And I went home and said, "Lord, I quit. I can't do this. I've tried for years, and nothing's working. If you want it, you do it." 5 days later, same station calls me up. He said, "We're desperate, and we need somebody. Come back for an interview." So I go in for the interview, and the program director says, "We need someone with experience. You don't have it. I don't want you, but this guy thinks we should." And I said, "I'll tell you what, I'll work free for a month. If you don't like what I do, get rid of me." And the owner was there, and he said, "Why would you do that?" And I said, "I need experience. You need help." And that's how I got started. It was a Southern gospel station. Well, somehow along the way, we got music from a group called Midsouth. And I know, they're great. And that's what got me going to Christian country music. I said, these guys are great. And then Cross Country the band. And then there's a group called White River. And then Ken Holloway. And then later on there was a young lady named Lisa Daggs. And these are the ones that we got to play and the privilege and share that with people and see lives change. And I hope tonight you've been touched by the music and will continue to be touched as we continue. Would you like to hear some more? Yeah. Let's give it up for Miss Lisa Daggs.
Yeah, we've been in this a while. In fact, I've got a song next to the second song. It's like 23 years old, I think. Woo! We've been doing it that long? Really? You know what? I am thoroughly blessed tonight, hearing Mary James and hearing Branded and Jeff, and you know what? We are so blessed. I feel really blessed to be able to be in this style of music, to be able to make it a living for as long as I've been able to. I haven't had a day job in 20 plus years. This has been it. I'm the first one with canned music. I don't like that. Are y'all all right? It's okay, you can laugh a little bit. All right. It's all good. Okay, are you ready? Ready. How ready? Woo! All right, here we go. Woo, woo, woo. Let me tell you a little story. Some of you may wonder what it is that makes me sing, when all this world around me is more than just a bit shady. Well, I have put my trust in the one from up above. I'm connected to the power of that eternal lasting love. The night is finally lifted and the sun is shining bright. You know the enemy don't look so scary when there ain't no place to hide. 'Cause I'm through with fear, I've seen the light. Well, God broke the chains of darkness that were holding me inside. A power cord from heaven that I finally plugged in. Now every light is on 1,000 watts, that devil's running scared. Well, I've walked through life from room to room, feeling my way through the dark. Always scared of shadows, and not listening to my heart. Well, I've opened up the good book that switched to a Just a fun little ditty. Yeah, fun little one. I got to write that one with some friends of mine, and I think, how many were here? How many were here for the #1 party? How many were not? Okay, there's about half of you maybe that weren't, so I have to tell you that I celebrated 28 years clean and sober on November 11th, 1989. November 11th, 1989 is my sobriety date, and God saved me from a lot. And I'm just so, I'm blown away that how far we've come. Like I've stepped away from this, not from ministry, but from the industry for a while, continuing to do what I was doing and recording my CDs here in Nashville, and still being about the Father's business and trying to win souls to Christ. And what I didn't get to tell you, with well-worn, all of us, thank God, have a mama, right? And some are better than others. You know, some, they do their best, and some were broken. You know what Mary James are talking about? You know, we're all broken. We're all broken somehow, right? But my mom is an incredible saint. She's the most wonderful Christian woman I've ever, God handpicked her for me. But this song, Well Worn, I'm not singing it tonight for you, but what was really neat, there's a testimony that just last Friday, I'm married now. I got married in October, which is awesome. Yeah, woohoo. Ronnie will be here on Wednesday. If you haven't met him, you'll really enjoy meeting him. He's a fine man. But he was in his office, and he had a big burly construction worker come in, and they talked about music for a minute, and he shared that song with him. And this guy started just crying, and he said his mom passed away about 2 years ago, and she'd been praying for him. And so Ronnie said, well, did it work? And he goes, well, I'm still waiting. And Ronnie says, you know, I'll pray for you. And he said, but would you pray right now? Ronnie goes, yeah. And he led him to the Lord just Friday in his office. You know, he's pretty cool. Keeps giving. This is a song that actually was written also by, it was founded down there at Balmer Music on the Row. Kenny West and Kim Tribble wrote this song. Some of you know it, you may have even recut it, but this takes us way back. When I was just a little one, Mama read a story about a man who built his own boat. Well, on the hot desert sand it stood, built on oak, out of wood. Folks laughed and said it wouldn't float. They said the nearest sea's 1,000 miles away. That ship will never sail, but he never lost his faith. Then Mama closed the book she read, tucked me in, kissed my head, said, let this lesson light your way. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta be who you are. Don't let the world hold you down when you're reaching for your star. Remember, some will follow others, while others follow their hearts. Just be like Noah and build your own ark. I guess I'll always remember standing in the cold September rain, packing up my car. Well, Mama's tears fell on my shoulders, said, I can't believe you're old enough, but I guess you are. Now set your course on what you know is right. Believe in yourself, don't be afraid to try. 'Cause even eagles fall from heaven on the day they stop believing that they can fly. You gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, you gotta be who you are. Don't let the world hold you down when you're reaching for your star. Remember, some will follow others, while others follow many remember this song? Here we go. Remember, some will follow others, while others follow their hearts. Just be like Noah and build your own. Do what you gotta do. Yeah, you gotta be who you are. Don't let the world hold you down when you're reaching for your star. Remember, some will follow others, while others follow their hearts. Just be like Noah and build your own ark. Whoa, be like Noah, build your own ark.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for being here tonight. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of what we're doing. Aren't you excited? Can you feel a stir of some good things happening? You know, it's been a wild 18 months, has it not? Whew! Whew! I know who that was. Diane. Woo! You know, it's all good. It's all good, right? Are you guys about ready? Okay. Love you, Chuck. Do nothing. Here we go. Forgiveness is a powerful thing. Come on. Walls they built between them, pride before the fall. Years left there unspoken till one would set it all. 'Cause when they said I'm sorry, the walls were to be seen. Yeah, forgiveness is a powerful thing. A powerful thing. Lived your whole life lying, mostly to yourself. Years out on the street, now there's not much left. But looking in the mirror, tonight she finally sees that forgiveness is a powerful thing. It heals the wound, it washes clean. All the bitterness and anger, emptiness and pain, a flood of tears that melts away. The hurt that separates us from mercy, love, and grace, and the hope that only you can bring. Yeah, forgiveness is a powerful thing. Oh, forgiveness is a powerful thing. Oh, yeah. Stood there at the altar, a place I'd never been, remembering my past and counting every sin. Thought I wasn't worthy as I fell to my knees. Oh yeah, yeah. Don't you know that forgiveness is a powerful thing? It heals the wound, it washes clean. All the bitterness and anger, emptiness and pain, a flood of tears that melts away. The hurt that separates us from mercy, love, and grace, and the hope that only you can bring. Yeah, forgiveness is a powerful thing. Oh, forgiveness is a powerful thing. Powerful thing. Oh, yeah, forgiveness is a powerful thing. Powerful thing. God bless you.
Give it up, Lisa Daggs, one more time. Well, I've been here before. I'm from Colorado. Has anyone ever been to Colorado? Anybody? Have you guys ever been to Canyon City? A couple people? Okay. In Canyon City, they have the Royal Gorge Bridge. And you can be up on the bridge 1,100 feet above the river and look down and see it. It's pretty cool. They have helicopter tours. And this couple, is anyone from Iowa here tonight? Is it? Okay. Is anyone from Kansas? I don't want to pick on you.
Watch it.
This couple from the Midwest was going to Colorado for the first time, and they see helicopter tours. And they thought, we got to go. I mean, we got to check it out. So, I do this all the time. Nobody can do this. Everybody screams. You are the first couple I've ever met that's never made a sound. And I'm a man of my word, so the ride is on me. But I've got to know, how did you do it? And the guy said, yeah, it was tough. When she fell out, I almost said something. This is a free ride here, okay? I'm paying for this. You guys ready to go? We had one of the great honors that back in the day, a group called the Daggs. They were amazing, and I hope you've enjoyed the music tonight so far. Please welcome Chuck, Greg, Hannah, better known as the Daggs.
Are you having a good time tonight so far? How about it for all the great talent we've heard tonight? Right? It's really an honor to be here tonight, and especially with the way that our group is made up at this particular point. We've been out this year doing a reunion tour throughout different parts of the United States, and our group has changed a little bit over the years, but back when we first started coming to the CCMA, our kids were in a situation like this. They'd be tussling underneath the tables or back in the back making a bunch of noise. And tonight, my little girl is on stage with me singing tonight. Y'all make Hannah welcome. She's going to do It Takes Love to Be Forgiven.
So loved the world, he gave his only son, to send a message to the world that the victory has been won, that we can come before his throne and make our peace. Salvation's plan completed when he died for you and me. It takes love to be forgiven. It takes a willing heart. You're gonna need a made up mind. If you've never known his mercy or been washed in his blood, all of heaven's waiting there for you to say, Father, forgive me, come into my life today. It takes love to be forgiven. It takes a willing heart. You're gonna need a made up mind. If you wanna go to heaven, it takes God's love to be forgiven. It takes God's love to be forgiven.
Girl. I've listened tonight to so many different voices. Mary James got up tonight and she sang. I've got a little bit of a ring in my mic, if you can, a little less trouble maybe. Mary got up and she sang, and she has a sweetness about her. She has in her spirit, it just is soothing to hear Mary James sing. The different ones that's okay. We'll go ahead. Tommy got up, and Tommy is such a master with the guitar and a song. Just the two of them can move people, which is really something. And I listened as the others sang, and finally Jeff Bates got up, and I love Jeff because he's got the low voice, kind of like I have a low voice, and I love because you don't hear a lot of guys that sound like that have that low end, bottom end like that. And I listened to the songs that he sang tonight, and I've always loved the voice. And I guess one of the greatest honors that I've had is standing next to this young man right here for years and years, because he's probably my favorite singer of all times. He's got a voice, he's got a gift to write, and he's got a love for the Lord that you just can't even believe. God has really worked in his life over the last few years and has really given Greg some miracles. And I'm so glad to have him standing on the stage tonight.
One sitting right there.
Yeah, he just got married January the 1st. Well, stand up, let everybody see you. There she is, y'all. This is a song that was from the Daggs' last album, and of all the songs Greg's ever written, this is probably in my top 3 favorites. I want you to listen to him do it like nobody else can. So as I went back to my hometown.
This is a true story. I went back to my hometown. It had been many years now, but things don't look the same as I remember when life was very simple and always find a friend. Times have changed, that's what they say. I never thought that I'd see today. That old country store would sell a bag of booze. It looks like when you change, sometimes you lose. It just don't seem like home anymore. I sure do miss the way it was before. As I stood and looked around, tears began to flow. Then the Father spoke to me and said, son, this is not your home. He said, this is not your hometown. Boy, you're just a passing through. Heaven is your real home, a place I prepared for you. Don't worry about this world and how it's gonna change. It will pass away, but I'll always be the same. Aren't you glad he's still the same? Yesterday, today, and forever. Give him a hand. Give Jesus a hand tonight. Go ahead. Hallelujah. He's so good to us. He said, this is not your hometown. Boy, you're just a passing through. Heaven is your real home, a place I prepared for you. Don't worry about this world and how it's gonna change. It will pass away, but I'll always be the same. I went back my hometown.
Thank you so much. walk down 14th Avenue underneath the neon lights. A platinum blonde and high-heeled shoes, and her dress cut low and tight. And everyone that saw her knew that her love came with a price. But after countless days and nights alone, she wished that she took her dad's advice. And one night as she stood all alone just outside a barroom door, she saw a man just down the street that she had never seen before. And in his hands he held the Bible, and on his face she saw the kindest glow. And he said something about a woman at a well, and how that Jesus saved her soul. And as she walked right up to him, just like so many men before, and while he preached on, she just stood there as her past through her mind rolled. Oh, how she wanted to believe the words this man was telling her were right. And as she bowed her head in shame, the tears that weighed her painted face washed her heart wide. She was a woman of the night, now she's a child of the light. And all it took was a street preacher with a word from God to help her make it right. And though her sins were as scarlet, Jesus' blood has come and washed them white as snow. And even though she's traveled far, this small town girl is finally coming home. How many's thankful for the blood tonight? She was a woman of the night, now she's a child of the light. And all it took was a street preacher with a word from God to help her make it right. Jesus' blood has come and washed them white as snow. And even though she's traveled far, this small town girl is finally coming home. And even though she's traveled far, this small town girl is finally coming home. God bless you. Thank you so much.
Once again, give it up for the Days, Chuck, Greg, and Hannah. Have you guys enjoyed tonight? We've got another group coming up here in just a bit. They're going to get set up. I was talking to Diane before we started tonight, and she had asked a little bit about the things that we did back then. And you know, we didn't know what we were doing. We were kids. We heard the music, we loved it. We wanted to get it out to the world, and so the radio disc jockeys would get together and we play this stuff and try and get in touch with each other. You couldn't do that then what you can do today with Facebook and so forth, and things were a lot different then. People would syndicate their radio shows on cassette, and so things have changed a lot. You know, take 2 weeks to get it to you or something. And then you'd see some of these artists go into Walmarts and they'd sing at Walmart and sell a product at Walmart. Walmart used to let them in and go sing. And then some of the venues they'd pack out the place. We were kids. We were just having fun and just playing the music and enjoying it. And so it was an incredible time. And I hope that you get blessed tonight. If you've not been blessed yet, that you will be blessed before it's over. There'll be more music tonight. There'll be giveaways here in just a bit in the 9 o'clock hour. And we want you to stay and enjoy. But for me tonight, it's been an honor. I want to thank you. And what an honor, again, to share the stage with the legends of Christian country music tonight. You guys are amazing. So you guys ready for one more group? Let's hear it from Midsouth.
Tonight. It is. It's not only great to be here, it's great to be living. Man, we stopped touring in 1997. Mm-hmm. So that's 21 years ago, if my math is correct.
And we both had hair that was brown.
Well,
and you had hair.
I did have hair back then, yes.
And mine was a little bit longer. Had the old mullet thing going on back then.
That's true. But it's an honor to be here. Thank you so much to the ICMAs for inviting us to be a part of this night and to really kind of stand up here and look back. Yeah. and where Christian country music has come. You know, Marty said it, we had no idea really what we were doing at the time other than playing the music that was coming out of us and what we knew. And God was just beginning to blaze a trail. And it's wonderful now to stand back and look all these years later to find that Christian country music is in very capable hands. Yeah. And you guys, for all the artists that were here tonight, can we give them one hand? That was incredible. We're going to go back now and do a song that was actually won the Song of the Year Award in 1996, both in this association and the Dove Awards for Country Recorded Song of the Year. Kind of crossed over the boundaries of pop music and did well, but more important than all of that, it allowed us to take the gospel to people who had never heard the gospel before. And truly, if you're here tonight and you're trying to handle life all by yourself, it'll never work out. Because truly, without God in our life, none of us would have a prayer.
Amen.
Trying to
Thank y'all very much. Let me tell you something real quick. You never underestimate the power of a song. And that song right there that we recorded, Ken told you, it crossed over to pop radio. And when they decided, Warner Brothers was recording with them back then, and they decided they wanted to release it to pop radio, we're like, are you sure you got the right group? We're just a bunch of country boys from Texas, Arkansas, and Kentucky, and you want to release to pop radio? And they said, yeah, we feel like this song will do well over there. And I'm talking about radio with Madonna, Stevie Wonder, Chicago, James Taylor, and they wanted to stick Midsouth right there in the middle of it. And they did. They released it to radio, and about a month after they released it, they called us and said, you guys, you need to go get you a Billboard magazine because your song debuted at number 23 on the top 30 Billboard pop radio charts. That was really cool. We flew to Germany that year, and I remember getting on the big old plane and getting the magazine out. Back then, you used to plug in little headphones, and you'd listen, you turn the dial, you listen to different styles of music. And they had the magazine in there with all the different stations that had the top 5 songs listed in there, and our song was listed in the top 5 songs on that magazine. And I looked around to make sure nobody was looking, and I slipped it in my suitcase and took it off the plane with me. I just had to have that souvenir. We'd be in stores, we'd be in restaurants, and all of a sudden, y'all remember Muzak, that stuff that used to play the elevator music? They made a Muzak version of that song, and we'd be in restaurants and places, and all of a sudden it would come on. And I just wanted to scream to everybody, that's our song, listen! You know? It was awesome. God was doing all that stuff, and we didn't know why things like that were happening with us. You know, I travel and sing with my family now, and we were in West Virginia about 4 or 5 years ago, and the fellow that booked the date, he was a big Midsouth fan, and he started naming off all these songs that were his favorite songs. He said, do you remember that song you guys put out in 95 that crossed over into pop radio? And I said, man, that was awesome. He said, that song was written for me. You know, we hear that a lot from songs. And then he said something that really caught my attention. He said, that song saved my life. Man, I wanted to know what he was talking about. He began to tell me a story about how he had this job and he had lost it all of a sudden, just out of the blue, and he was making lots of money. And he had a nice house, nice cars, and all of a sudden all that was gone, and he tried to find another job and couldn't find one that paid like that one. So eventually, all those nice things he began to lose. The bank would repossess things, and bill collectors would call it all the time. They were taking everything he had. He said, the last thing they took was our house, and I had an old car that I bought with cash, and that's all we had left. He said, I was sitting there one day, and I was just about as low as a man could be, and my wife came in, and I could tell that she was upset. She'd been crying, and he said, what's wrong? And she said, I just can't take all this anymore. She said, I'm taking the kids, and we're leaving. He said, I lost my job, I lost my stuff, I lost my family, I lost my friends that were my friends when I had money. He said, I felt so alone and so insignificant. He said, I just decided, why am I even still here? What good am I? He said, I decided I was going to commit suicide and just get out of here. He said, I got my old car and I drove up to the top of a mountain there in West Virginia, and on the other side was a big cliff, a big drop-off. He said, I was going to drive my car over that cliff and end my life. He said, I love music so much that I decided I'm going to turn the radio on and I'm going to listen to some music as I leave this world. He said, when I turned the radio on, the very first song that came on was that song that you guys had out in 1995. He said, I'd never heard it before. I didn't know who you were. I listened to it. He said, I ended up listening to the whole song all the way through. When the song was over with, I turned my radio off. I turned my car off. He said, for the very first time in my life, I said the sinner's prayer and I gave my life to Jesus. Yeah. He said, I never prayed before. I didn't know what to say, but all I could say was, Lord, I know that it seems like I've lost everything. And I feel like I'm all alone. I don't have a friend. I don't have anybody that cares about me anymore. Nobody loves me anymore. He said, but after hearing that song, I know that you care about me. And I know that you love me. Totally turned his life around. God restored to him back everything that he had lost and then some. And that man sits in church on every Sunday morning. He is the worship leader in his church now. God is an on-time God, isn't he? That's an awesome story.
And that be an encouragement to every artist that's out there, because sometimes you can finish a concert or a church service, you can go back to the hotel and go, God, did I even connect with anybody? Did anybody even understand anything I said tonight? Did anything accomplished that was any good? And a lot of that, folks, we'll never know on this side of heaven. But God, His word is never returns void.
Yeah.
And you just keep doing what you're doing. You be faithful to God, and God will be faithful to you in the ministry. Amen. We are honored. Thank you so much. This is the first time we played together in 21 years, so we're going to do one more song, all right?
I want y'all to stand up and lift your hands together with us for this last song. Here we go. Is an unwelcome light, and it's hard just to face the day. You gotta make yourself get up, put your feet on the ground. This morning ain't fair, but don't be afraid. Get what you need, you gotta climb over mountains. You gotta wait on the good things, learn from mistakes. You gotta walk through the fire to get where you're going. To get what you need, you gotta get what it takes. When the journey seems endless and you've lost your desire and you can't stand another trial, when your dreams become hard and tempered by time, look past the pain and walk one more mile. To get what you need, you gotta climb over mountains. You gotta wait on the good things and learn from mistakes. You gotta walk through the fire to get where you're going. To get what you need, you gotta get what it takes. You gotta climb over mountains. You gotta wait on the good things and learn from mistakes. You gotta walk through the fire to get where you're going. To get what you need, you gotta get what it takes. Once again, give it up, Midsouth!
What do you guys think of that? Give them another round of applause. Hey, thank you guys, CM, for an incredible night. Diane Parton, are you here? Come on up here, guys. Please welcome Miss Diane Parton.
Can y'all feel the excitement? All right, I wanted to come up here because I wanted to say something. We didn't know why we took this over. We didn't know what we were doing. We didn't know, but we saw a bunch of broken people. But in the last 18 months, like Lisa said, I've seen the excitement. And you know what it's worth tonight? To see the look on y'all's faces as they were singing. Y'all were so happy. You were so excited. That's what it's all about. Let me hear it from y'all. The ICMAs belongs to each one of y'all, not us, y'all. That's right. Y'all want to hear one more song? Yeah! Can we do one more? You got it in you? All right, here we go.
You got the wrong group.
Wrong band, but I was in both of them. They used to say I was the most successful manager in Christian music. I successfully managed more bands out of business than anybody else. Which one y'all do? Road?
Somebody said Down by the Tabernacle.
We can do a little bit of that.
You know, y'all want to have a little fun with this one? Yeah. Why not? Every time we do this, we'd always split the audience up into 2 different sides and do the O's and the H's. Y'all feel like doing that tonight? Have a little competition?
We can do it. We're having fun.
All right. This way over this way, side one. Side one, wave at me. All right. Your line goes like this. Down by the tabernacle, oh. Y'all got it? Let me hear y'all singers. Here we go. Down by the tabernacle, oh.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good. Not bad.
Wasn't great, but it was good.
It's all right.
Side 2 over here. Y'all wave at me. Your line goes like this. Down by the tabernacle, hey.
Let's try it. Down by the tabernacle, hey. Yeah, this is my side, Bob. That's your side. Let's take this side.
You got more people over there, too.
Well, that's my strategy.
Watch side. All right. We don't have any CDs to give away tonight?
No, but in lieu of that, the winning side gets a Chuck Day CD.
Yeah.
All right,
here we go. Well, we went to the river, some were baptized, clapped our hands and testified. Then we passed around the chicken and buttermilk pie. Nothing ever tasted better. Then the kids played ball and the babies just played while the old men napped out under the shade. And the women picked flowers and sipped lemonade. Sat around talking together. Here we go. Down by the tabernacle, oh, where the jukebox dances and the lemonade flow. And we prayed and we sang till the sunset glow, laughing with the sisters and brothers. Down by the tabernacle, hey, where you knew you were loved and you wanted to stay. Though the Texas heat was like Judgment Day, we always enjoyed each other. Well, I look back now and I wish I could go back to the time when life was good, when everybody lived the way they should. At least that's the way I recall. When black was black and white was white, everybody knew the wrong from the right. And we worked all day and we slept all night. We were proud and stood tall. Down by the tabernacle, where the jukebox danced and the lemonade flow. And we prayed and we sang till the sunset glow, laughing with the sisters and brothers. Here we go. Down by the tabernacle, hey, where you knew you were loved and you wanted to stay. Though the Texas heat was like Judgment Day, we always enjoyed each other. Down by the tabernacle.
oh, you guys are awesome. Okay, since I got the mic, we're gonna do one more. That's it. Then we're done. All right.
choices I made. And sometimes I've been right and
but I didn't listen. I went my own way, always thinking I was right. But when I ran out of turns to take, and when I ran out of moves to make, you were at the end of every road that I've ever been on. Even when the road I chose was wrong, you loved me enough to let me go. But with every step you let me know you were at the end of every road. Let it go. When I had no more moves to make, and when I ran out of turns to take, you were at the end of every road that I've ever been on. Even when the road I chose was wrong, you loved me enough to let me go. But with every step you let me know you were at the end of every road. You were at the end of every road. God bless you guys.
Just turn it off.